Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
This is the
Hello.
Last Bastion. We are coming live from BastionHQ. So, to start off, introductions, just in case you don't know who we are. I'm Kevin.
I'm Oscar.
And I'm Arkush.
And I'm Rob.
So, just to clear it up, Rob is joining us from a different part of the world. So, Rob had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Is that right, Rob?
Oh, well, I actually haven't gone to bed yet, but it's 3 o'clock now.
Wow. So, Rob is committing to joining this stream today.
You're actually joining us from tomorrow.
Yeah, joining us from the future, apparently.
Yeah.
Let's start off just by mentioning the two giveaways. So, firstly, we had the giveaway that we've been running over social media, where if you followed, interacted with one of the pages, you were going to be entered into a draw to win one of our CDs, one of our signed CDs, to which there are two. And for the second, what we need you to do is, if you're watching and you haven't done so already, just by commenting inside the chat, that puts you instantly into the draw to win the second signed CD. So if you haven't done so already and you want a chance to win a signed CD, just say hi, comment your favorite song, just whatever you want to put in. That would be much appreciated. So, as we've already said, with the way this is going to work, we are just going to go through every single song slowly on the album. And we're just going to talk after the song a little bit about each of the songs, maybe some of the patterns, some of the ideologies, some of the ideas behind the songs. At about the halfway mark, at about the Aviator, we are going to announce the winner of the first giveaway of the CD for following on the socials. And then at the end of the stream, we'll announce the winner for the comments from this stream. So with that being said, do anybody else have anything to say?
No, I think we're good.
Rob, you good?
I'm good.
Champion. Okay, well, without further ado, I think we'll kick this off by listening to the first song. So this first song, to start off, is one that if you've been following the Last Bastion, you've already heard. This first song is Ignite.
Burning
Right, guys, that was the first song on our debut album, Ignite. So, Ignite was actually one of the later songs that we ended up producing for this album, and as a band, it's actually something I wrote like quite a while ago with Rob, actually. So me and Rob originally were batting that idea around, and then it didn't come into this lineup of Bastion until way later. So obviously the song is pretty simplistic in terms of what it was about. It's all about going fast. It's that adrenaline rush. It's that kicking into a higher gear. And again, it's just a adrenaline fueled song that, for, I don't know, from my perspective as a band, it really takes us up that gear, especially when we're playing live. I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely.
I think it adds more of that hard rock element as well. It's like one of the guys that reviewed the albums early, he said it sounds a bit like the early Saxon and Priest sort of thing, you know, and I think it adds that touch for me that I really like, you know, that sort of hard rock, early classic metal element. Yeah. Breaks it up a bit from the stuff we've already been doing.
Yeah, and on this particular stream, we don't condone reckless driving. Just got to say that right now, so we don't get in trouble. You know, no drink driving, no reckless driving. While you're listening to our songs, you'll probably feel like you want to do that because of the energy we bring. But this isn't the stream for that in particular.
No, we really suggest if you want to go driving fast, go do it on a race circuit. Go do it somewhere where you're legally allowed to do it. I mean, if you really want to, go goat karting.
Unless you're really confident at drunk driving. Right, so the next song, Who We Are, this is the one that we've got a proper music video out for. This was really quite early as a band. We got this one out. It's one of the first songs that we recorded when we started doing this album. It's really a statement about what we're trying to do as a band, who we are. It's like a mission statement, just like, this is us, you know, this is what we're about. Have a look, see if you like it.
that was Who We Are. To me, personally, I would say it's very anthemic. So very much one of the anthems on this debut album. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the one we shot a music video for. That was in an old practice room that we used to go to before we got BastionHQ. We're actually in the set of the music video pretty much because we have the black curtains that we bought specifically for that video. We had to black out the entire room to get that done.
We had to put Akos in the corner. That was interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't an ideal space. We'd found a few rooms that we could rent out that could be fully blacked out, like some drama rooms at some local schools, but we needed special insurance to be doing that kind of thing. So we just blacked out the practice room, and it was a long day. It was upstairs as well, and we had a lot of equipment to bring upstairs, so it was a bit of a day, but
it was fun.
A lot of fun.
It,
we had pizza afterwards.
Yes.
Brilliant.
I think it looks really good, the video. It turned out really well.
Honestly, like, not just saying this because it's our music, but if you haven't actually checked out the music video yet, go check it out on YouTube. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we're really
Personal
proud of it.
bias. Right, so moving on. The next song is Screaming in Silence.
Screaming in Silence, indeed. So this is the third song on the album. And for me, for a long time, that song was the kind of my favorite because it has some kind of emotional message that really resonates with me. And I really enjoy, especially when we are going to hear it, when we are, approaching towards the end and just everything gets a bit, chaotic and just out of control. This is where I felt like I can release the drums and everything and just really emotionally attached to the song. So that's why for me, for a long time, that was my favorite. And then obviously we wrote other songs and things have changed.
I would say this is the only song that's a little bit slower tempo. So this is your last chance to have a tiny bit of relaxation because it's all flat out from here.
So, one more thing about this song, that solo, the guitar solo is just so epic. So thank you, Rob. That's amazing.
You're welcome.
It's just so emotional, especially that high pitched note. It's that man, I really love it.
It's just a fine point. It's like
Yeah.
the
It
exact.
really sticks out and it just really touches you in the heart. It's amazing. I love it.
You should put that note on every song.
Just somewhere, just always in there.
Same note.
Right. So, also just to mention, Screaming in Silence was actually one of the first 4 songs that the Last Bastion put together. In fact, it was one of the original songs that me and Rob worked on well back in the day. I will give a quick shout out to Dean, who was on bass originally, Adam, who was one of our original drummers, and to Andy, who is actually in our chat right now. Andy was fantastic on bass. Really give props to the guy. But obviously times changed, but I still want to acknowledge the history of the band because I'm not shying away from the history of the band. It's just part of, pardon the pun, who we are. But right, so the next song is Pay the Price. So, Rob.
Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite songs that we do. And it's one of the songs that also really enlightened me to your talent as a songwriter, Kev, you know.
Thanks, Rob.
The original demo, when I heard this, I was just absolutely blown away with it, you know. It fused everything together that I really like. I had the blend of Metallica, Megadeth. I loved the bottom end chugging that you do in your rhythm guitar playing, you know, and it just made it so easy for me to do my thing on the top. And I just always loved playing this live. Every lineup we've had, I've enjoyed playing it live. And I think we did the first Battle of the Bands with this one, and that one went really well. I just love the song a bit. It's definitely one of my favorites, so probably my favorite. So, yeah, that's it.
So, without further ado, Pay the Price.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was Pay the Price. So again, Rob mentioned that was one of the first songs that we ever brought together as a band, one of the original ones that me and Rob worked on together. Rob's playing yet again, fantastic on it. Just that solo is great, but again,
oh man, that is just so good and tasty. I love it.
so,
I love playing it.
and that's all that matters. That just shows, you know, that we actually write songs that we want to play. We're not just writing songs for the case of writing songs. You know, if we as a band aren't happy with it, then it won't get put down. So we try our best to put out what we want to hear and also what you guys want to hear. But it's kind of a mix of both, really. So it's trying to find that balance.
I just play what I want to hear.
Drummers. Right, so the next song is The Aviator. So I'm going to take this one in terms of context and backstory. The Aviator's lyrics actually were wrote in Trillions in Newcastle. So the famous rock bar, metal bar in Newcastle, Trillions. I was attending Metal to the Masses at that point, and I was just inspired by Legends. So it very much came together from like Iron Maiden-esque kind of lyrics. You'll probably hear some of the similarities between like Aces High in terms of context, if you know Iron Maiden and you know that song. But obviously I wanted to do it my own way. Again, The Aviator was one of these songs that me and Rob put together. It was again one of the original 4 songs that Bastion worked on together. And yeah, without further ado, this is The Aviator.
As this man, as he travels the land, in search of the foreign threats, no. Watch as he runs and takes to
good stuff. We also don't condone drinking and flying. I told them I was going to make a joke at the end of this song, so they've been waiting like 2-3 minutes to hear that.
We had no idea what he's going to say, so...
I really built that one up.
Thank you.
All right, so before we move into the competition, I'm actually going to take some time to just read a couple of the questions. So we had 3 questions above, so I'll quickly answer those. So, the next album, can we make the lyrics a bit more readable? The answer is yes. We are sincerely sorry about how small the lyrics are. It was our first time working with a company and trying to understand the ratios and sizes.
Yeah.
We'll work on that for the next album, most definitely.
It's really difficult translating Kev's voice into English, so it takes time to organise these things.
Right, so let me just put this straight. We've got an entirely posh English person here. We've got a Scottish English person who's the lead guitarist. We have a Newcastle Northumbrian English person. And then we have a Hungarian English person. So
Jó estét kívánok mindenkinek.
there you go. Whatever they just said, I have no idea. So if you can translate Hungarian, please do in the comments. Because I've got no idea what he said. And I don't trust a word that comes out of his mouth. Right, so that answers question 1. Question 2, how the songwriting process works. So I'll start by taking the lion's share of this question because predominantly the writing process is done by me. So I write the foundational riffs, I write the melodies for the lyrics. One can come before the other. It really just depends on what creativity is coming to mind. Sometimes it's like mythological beasts, which you'll hear a song later on in the album. Sometimes it's flying, airplanes, split fires. Seriously, it can be anything. It can be anything that inspires me. So I write the foundational pieces and then I bring them to the band. Back in the day, it used to be me and Rob would work on them together. Back when we were working in my bedroom, me and Rob would sit and go through it. Rob would put the melodies on the leads, and we would develop the riffs and the chords and the progressions and stuff together. And then past that, I would then put on processed drums and stuff just to get the foundation of the song. However, that's now changed. So I do still write the foundation of the song. I still do write the riffs. I still do write the melodies and the vocals and the lyrical content. However, once I've done that, we then share it amongst the lads in the band. Normally, unfortunately, Rob's last on the docket because he decorates it is the best way that we can say it. He puts on the finishing touches, those big extra riffs, the extra harmonies, all the delicate pieces that really bring the song together. That's what Rob does. But before that, we now very much work together in the studio. Akos, do you want to pitch in with what you do in terms of your drums?
Yeah, basically, so many times Cav just comes in and, hey, I came up with this riff last night, and he starts playing. I was like, okay, it's not bad, let me put some drums on it. And 50 minutes later we have a song or something. Well, it's not true, but it's something like that.
Sometimes,
yeah. Or just coming here, before the rest of the band comes in, Cav and I just sitting here jamming like half an hour, 1 hour, and we record everything. Like, the drum mic'd up, guitar plugged in, and we just record everything straight, so there is no idea going to be lost. And sometimes, we are just like, okay, that should be a good stuff for, like, I don't know, in the middle of the song or the end or for an intro or something. So yeah, this is the process. I find it that working with Cav together, just jamming, it works really well. We have this chemistry. It works really well. Sometimes just reading each other's thoughts. It's so easy to work, and the rest of the band as well. So, but especially with Cav, we had this kind of
Yeah, I'll mirror that.
romance.
Like the connection. Yeah, the bromance. It's something strange. It's not something we can really explain. It just kind of happens, doesn't it? Yeah. Oliver?
Yeah. I mean, Akos is really good at knowing which thing to hit at what time You know, it's really
Yeah,
impressive.
thanks, Oliver. Thanks.
So,
Oh, you
I mean,
bastard.
so for the parts that I play on the songs, usually I'll listen to the demos that Kev has done, work out a basic structure, and then I'm someone that perhaps doesn't like to write in front of people as much. I prefer just kind of being on my own, figuring things out, where I'm not as afraid to make mistakes or try things that don't work. So I'll usually, when we're jamming, I can just hold down the root notes, do something really basic, and then I'll go away and figure out something, you know, that's a little bit more intricate.
I will say we're slowly starting to beat that out of you, and you have been experimenting
Yeah,
in the
he
rehearsals, which
beats
is
me-
good.
He beats me quite severely.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
It's a bit of a stretch. Da-dum, tsh.
yeah.
Oh, damn. That was the perfect moment for you. Anyway.
Yeah, it's good. I think the writing process is evolving, though. I think one of the things that we're doing right now, we're not really going to discuss a second album right now. But if
Who
it-
says?
But you know, it's in the future. It will happen. But one of the things that we're looking towards is all of us starting to write things ourselves and bringing them in, because for a long time this was Kev's thing. It was him writing in his room for years before any of us came in. But now it's evolving as we're, you know, growing together as musicians to, you know, open up. I mean, if bands never opened up the writing process, we wouldn't have had Saint Anger. So
Jesus.
I think it is.
Wow, that sounded
It
really
is,
sharp.
it is good to get some, you know, to start letting of your ideas in and bouncing things off each other as we grow as musicians and start to understand each other a bit better.
Yeah, and I'm completely open to the idea. I mean, that's how we evolve. That's how we.
Just one more thing about the songwriting. So,
Yeah.
on this album, most of the songs have already been written when I joined the band. So basically, I didn't really have any creative ideas. I tried to, you know, stick kind of close to the source, what it was originally, and try to put my, you know, fingerprint here and there. But I didn't really had the freedom to kind of, you know, start from scratch. But we have some songs in the writing process where it's just going to be absolutely like, you know, this,
giving the secrets away.
yeah, I do. Anyway, I just wanted to touch upon that, you know, the majority of the songs on this album have been written before.
So there, I tell you what, I am gonna say it. We are working on new material already. We never stop.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely expect more to come in the near future. Right. So what we want to do now is we want to get up on the stream our randomizer. You've probably seen them
Randomizer.
before. Third question.
We had a
Oh,
third question.
sorry. I'm completely missing the third question. What inspired you the most when you were putting this album together? Oh God. Well, that one is kind of this open-ended question. For me personally, it's a multitude of things. It's an outlet for me. It's something I've always wanted to do since I was young, you know. So me getting my influences out there and wearing them on my sleeve, that's partly it. And two, I don't know, like a lot of for me, if I'm being completely honest, a lot of the older bands, like what we're influenced by, Motorhead, Metallica, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, Saxon, and amongst Testament, yeah, Testament's a big one. We are influenced by a whole bunch of bands, and the problem is with a lot of these bands is, unfortunately, the taboo of saying it, they are aging. I mean, Iron Maiden's just lost Nico, so Nico's retired from Iron Maiden. How long is Iron Maiden going to continue on? Megadeth, how long is Dave going to continue going on? Metallica's the same. They say they're going to go on forevermore, but as they get older, you can never put a time on. Motorhead, rest in peace, Lemmy. Lemmy was a massive influence on my writing style, you know, and we've lost Motorhead, and it's what band sounds like, to me, what bands sound like them, and there's very little coming through that I would say, for me, sounds like that. So I just wanted to write something that tries to bring that together in its own unique way, but at the same time putting our Bastion spin on the whole package. So for me, I'm going to leave it there from me. So, Oliver, Akos, one of you?
Yeah, I mean, what really inspires me when I'm writing my parts is if I don't get this part, I won't have anything to play, and that'll look quite awkward, me just standing doing nothing during the entire song. So I really do need to write a bass part for every song. It's, it seems like a lot, but every song does need a bass line.
Oh yeah, and just another thing, what I want to quickly touch upon the production side of it. So when I was mixing the whole song, the inspiration, not just song, the whole album, the inspiration came from the 90s era of metal music. Like, as I mentioned, Testament is a huge influence, and I really tried to bring back that, mid 90s, early 2000 thrash metal sound, which I just love, and literally just baked into my ears because I have been listening to this music for ages. So the inspiration was, for me, is the 90s era of the golden era of heavy metal and thrash metal in general.
So it's really useful having someone who can remember the 90s in the band.
That's two of them.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Oliver. Jesus. After this stream, if he disappears,
I'm
you
in a
know
lot of
why.
trouble.
I was going to say Rob and Akos might dispose of Oliver after this, so just be aware that we might be looking for a new bassist.
Guys, just put in the chat if anybody can play bass or something.
It's really easy.
Andy, do you want the gig back again? Right. So, in terms, I just want to quickly touch on what Akos said as well, production. After a few more songs later on, I'll let Oliver and Akos touch more on the production. But before that, Rob, do you want to add in on what inspired you when we were putting the album together? Like, what was your inspiration?
A lot of it you've covered with like the early 80s metal stuff, but my influences went a little bit beyond that. Like I was into more classic rock, and I was even into like more traditional blues stuff as well. Like as a guitar player, I'm definitely more of a blues rock guitar player, and I love taking a lot of those ideas and like you said, Kev, decorating the songs with some of those ideas and modernizing them a little bit. Some of the players that I like Gary Moore, even Jimmy Page, Brian May. I love to take just some of those ideas. I'm definitely not doing my own thing. I'm definitely taking my influences as I was growing up since like 8-9 years old, and just the stuff that I love to play, and just basically jamming on our songs. That's all I'm doing, is just taking the stuff I love to play and jamming on our songs and building them up that way. So that's what inspired me. It was all the old players. I just feel I don't want to put anyone down, but I just feel with guitar playing, as it's gone on over time, sometimes I feel especially in modern day, there needs to be a little bit more soul in there, a little bit more heart in the guitar playing, and that's what I try to put in rather than just shredding too much, So, but yeah, it's definitely the 70s and 80s had that perfect blend and mixture, so that's just what I'm trying to do, just because I love it.
So there you go. So that, in terms of that question, it really is a massive scope of ideas and ideologies all coming together into this one Bastion thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave that there. Just want to make a note that it has been put in the chat that our next gig is on the 12th of July at Downcast Studios for Downcast Domination, where we'll be playing with Culloden as support, For Those Lost as support, and we will be the headlines. So you'll get to hear this album in full. So you can get the tickets from the Eventbrite link that's in the chat if you wish to see that. So now we're going to get away onto this giveaway.
CD time,
exciting.
CD time.
So hopefully you have liked one of the posts, followed The Last Bastion, and we have a whole bunch of people on this reel. So without further ado,
Let's have a
Drum
look
roll.
at this.
we're going to drum roll. Who is it?
Who's it gonna be? Apparently a winner has been chosen. It's been written down for us.
Jonathan Dunn Music.
All right.
So,
Congratulations.
we will reach out to Jonathan on whatever platform, which should have been Facebook, and we'll get your address and your information, and we will send you the signed copy of The Last Bastion. As a hint, the signature, for reference, is actually on the front page, just so we didn't taint the CD. Okay, so I think it's time that we move on to the next song.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so who wants to introduce the next song?
I can do it. I know this one.
You know this one. Oh my
I've
god.
played it before. So this is Seven Deadly Sins. It's fairly self-explanatory in terms of the themes. This is one of the more, bombastic riff-based songs. It really hits you. It's really fun to play live. This is one of the later ones that we added to the set. I think the first couple of shows we didn't play it. It wasn't yet in our repertoire.
That's a word. Repertoire.
it's
Is that a big word for a bassist?
I think that's a French word as well, which is unlike me because I don't really like the French.
Oh
but,
Jesus, we've already got like 5 different languages. Don't start introducing more.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a good song. Enjoy it.
Enjoy.
We revel in your own. We revel envy, lust, sloth, wrath, gluttony, sin, deadly pride, greed, envy, lust, sloth, wrath, gluttony, sin, deadly sins.
So, that was Seven Deadly Sins. That was definitely a later one. As Oscar already said, it was pretty self-explanatory where the ideology came from, the Seven Deadly Sins. Everybody in the world probably has done at least one of the sins at one point in their life, whether they like it or not.
Oh yeah.
If you're Arcos, you've done them all.
No comment.
I mean, the sin of lust that was happening before we started the stream and turned the cameras on.
Yeah.
It was a really good thing the cameras were off.
Yeah, the bromance between Rob and Arcos is really strong.
I almost said something.
All right. Okie dokie.
I would have one more question,
Go on.
just before we get into the next song.
Mm-hmm.
What sins do we think define each of us? I mean, I would say that sloth or envy would be mine.
Probably pride and wrath.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Akos, have you ever done anything wrong?
I'm flawless.
Flawless. Oh my God.
Never done
You have a
anything wrong in his
supreme
life.
human
So you can
being.
guess my sin, right?
Rob?
Definitely gluttony for me, because I just love stuffing my face.
To be fair, that is a very fair point. Rob is a lover of food. I mean, to be fair, some of the food that Rob does eat is fantastic. I mean, you should see his Facebook where what he's been eating. It's fantastic. But yeah.
Well, I should have seen what I had today. Beef teriyaki, man. Brilliant. Wow.
9 o'clock at night here, and he's going to start making us all mega hungry. All right. So hopefully that answers that question. Next song. Akos, do you want to talk about this one?
Medusa. Yeah, sure. This is one of the newest songs we put together kind of as a band.
The last one.
Is it the last one?
I think it was
The
the last one.
Could be.
Okay. So on this one, actually, I have my own drum ideas, 100%. And to be honest, I think it just feels like it's not a standing out in any bad way, but it just kind of separates the song itself from the rest of it. For me, at least, it sounds a bit something. No, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels fresh to me. Maybe because it's a new song, maybe new ideas, or maybe because it was a collaboration, like all four of us. But yeah, that song is really special to me because I love it.
I was going to say the one thing that we haven't touched on an earlier post, ironically enough, this is both mine and Akos's favourite song
Yeah.
on the album.
Yeah, you're really good at setting the tempo for the song
Yeah.
right every time.
I was going to say that start is just me and Akos, so if we're not locked in, it could go terribly wrong. But we always seem to nail it, which is always great. I'm going to speak a little bit about it after we've heard the song because, yeah. So without further ado, Medusa.
In ancient depths deep down that she resides.
So that was Medusa.
I love it.
It's fucking great, man. It's fucking great. Oliver, you want to, Oscar, you want to say something?
Yeah. So, the middle eight in this song, the bridge, is one of my favourite parts of any of our songs. Just completely changing the tone in a way that really fits, going a lot more melodic, and then it just seamlessly transitions back into the main riff again in a way that I just really like. It's a fun one to play. Definitely, it's just really lock in with each other playing the melody.
I love the main riff on that vocals. It's just so chuggy, so fat, so just in your face, just riding this groove. It's so good. Especially playing live, it's just like the energy just there. I bloody love it.
Rob, you got anything to say about Medusa?
It's probably one of my other favourite ones as well. Just like Oliver said, I like the change up on the middle eight section. It breaks the song up nice, and then I really enjoy playing the solo. In fact, I love your solo on that because you do the solo straight after me as well. I think you've written that really well.
I was literally about to mention that.
Sorry?
I was about to mention that, yeah.
Yeah, well, you've done that on a couple of songs where you've added extra solos in, and I think some people are not aware that you've done that. So I'd like to give you obviously you've done those parts, so people should recognise that you did a good job. So
That's true. Yeah, I don't think people do realise that I do some lead work. I mean, I'm nowhere near as good as Rob. Like, Rob's ability on lead is fantastic. But as of the Medusa one, like, listening to that end, Rob mentioned that there is a solo transition. And that solo transition after the bridge is literally Rob's solo, which is great. And then the transition into my solo at the end. And to me, as I've said, like, in the messages on Facebook, if you've been tracking the Bastion, I don't know, that was just something that just clicked, the light bulb moment at the end of Medusa, where I like to think those bends, those drop with the Floyd and up, talking guitar there, but those noises, they're very much inspired by what I would imagine the groans or the kind of the vocalization of Medusa potentially losing a prey or being displeased with an outcome. So it just came together in the end, so I was quite happy with how those bends actually transitioned and added to the song, especially for the finale of the song. That's it from me for Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have onion and parsley crisps in the UK. I've certainly never heard of them. Must be a Brazilian thing. Linda with the salt crisps, very efficient, very German, just as normal as possible. Yeah, right on brand.
You're just calling our chatters out now, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, someone has to.
What, keep them in line? What was that about having pride and wrath? I think Oliver has pride and wrath as his deadly sins, if we're being honest. Right, next song. I think I'm actually going to let Akos bring this one in again, if that's all right.
Through the Storm?
It is indeed.
Through the Storm. So it's another song that has already been written. And actually it was kind of brought to the repertoire. Thank you. Later on. So it's kind of a late addition to the live set. And it became one of my favorites, maybe third, second, because it has also this kind of very deep message. If you think about it, going through the storm, when in life a lot of bad things can happen, a lot of shite you have to go through and etc. And this song is kind of about that. We are here, you can just hang on, and we're going to go through together. It's about being together, and it's a very important message. And I think the song itself, the melody, and then the whole structure, it just supports the whole idea. It's a really moving song and heavy as well at the same time. So I really like this song.
Cool. So without further ado, this is Through the Storm.
Just gone there. So, we had a comment earlier about what our soundtrack to the apocalypse would be from this album, and we discussed while the songs were playing that it would probably be World on Fire because that sounds fairly obvious. But I'd put it to you that Through the Storm might be a better soundtrack because it is about, you know, weathering the storm and getting through things. But we'd like to put it to the chat, you know. Do you think Through the Storm or World on Fire? You're about to hear World on Fire.
I was going to say, after you hear World on Fire, you'll probably have a, depending on what way you're looking at it, is either we're going to set the world on fire and we're going to be the ones for the destruction, or we can go through the storm together. Depends on which way you want to look at it and what way you guys want to go. But yeah.
Sorry.
No.
If you haven't commented already, to enter the competition after, you know, the song, we were going to do this later. I realise I've done it between the wrong songs.
At the end of the album.
Yeah, at the end of the album. But just letting you know beforehand that, you know, you have to comment to be part of the giveaway for the next CD.
Yes.
So make sure you're doing that.
Yes, before the end of Rebel Soul.
So we've got a little poll going there, you know.
So feel
Make
free
sure
to pick.
To pick. Or don't. It's your life. We can't force you to do anything other than listen to the next song.
Right. Rob, do you want to introduce the next song?
Yeah. So the next song is again one of my favourite ones that we've been doing since the original lineup. Absolutely love playing this one live. I love the energy of it. And the live version is a little bit different to the studio version, with the live version having a bit more of a guitar solo on it. However, when Oliver and I were recording this one at Oliver's house, the solo just didn't seem to work. But what we did seems to work really well on the recorded version anyway. So there's kind of two versions of it. But I absolutely love Atlas's drumming on this. So this next song is World on Fire.
of the ground as we set this world on fire. So it's piercing love, you scream and shout as we set this world on fire. Release the beast you feel inside. Live in this time with us tonight. Take off your stress and just go wild. Into the fray, this is who you
That was World on Fire.
Yeah, so we have the results of the poll. It seems that most people agree with me that Through the Storm is the better song for the apocalypse. So it's good to see that we have smart people in chat today.
I was going to say hopeful people, but just insult the chat again. Jesus. Right. So.
Okay.
Oh, that's not.
Words?
I was going to say our fan just died in the middle of that, so no longer are we getting a cold breeze. Right. So I just quickly want to mention that we will be supporting
Adisha?
at the Black Bull in Gateshead on the 15th of August. So that is a second gig coming at you that if you don't get a chance to see us at Downcast Domination on the 12th, you can catch us on the 15th of August at Gateshead's Black Bull.
And you should.
Bingo. Right, so we quickly, before we hit the bonus track, we actually want to cover a little bit about the production. So I'm going to hand you guys over to Oscar and Akos, because those two are the brainchild behind the recording process that we go through. Me and Rob are just there for the ride, apparently.
Yes, I mean, I guess I'll start because I kind of do the starty bit, and then it goes over to Akos, although it does go back and forth. So the process for recording this album was, first thing that happens is Akos records the drums for the songs, and then the drum track gets sent over to me, and then most of the recording happens in my little home studio. I sit down with Kev and Rob, and we hammer through the guitar parts, spending evenings going through the guitars, the vocals, playing with things, seeing, because we have an idea of how we're going to record things because of our, the way that we play it live, but that's not necessarily how it has to be when we put it on, the recording. So we use that as a chance to play around with the arrangements, especially adding little bits that we can do that because it's a studio environment and we don't have the restrictions of playing live. And of course, I do my bass parts as well, usually before the other guys come in. And then I take all the stems, render them out, and all the individual tracks go over to Akos. He does his bit that you'll talk about now.
Yes. So after I received the files from Oscar, I kind of put everything together in a certain template what I created for this production. I had a rough idea what kind of sonic footprint I want to get on this song. As I mentioned, the air and the 90s and the early 2000 kind of thrash kind of feel and vibe. This is what I went for. And kind of picking out certain things. I don't want to get too deep into how the mixing goes, what plugins using, what kind of software and outboard gear and stuff. But every single piece in the chain served a purpose to kind of streamline down, bottleneck down the result, what you guys heard. And I think it sounds good. Sometimes when I listen back my stuff that I mixed and mastered, I was like, maybe I should have taken out a bit of, low end around 200 hertz. Maybe I should have just boosted around 8,000, etc., etc. So that was kind of the the overall process. Only were recorded, I mixed it, then I showed the guys how it sounds. Then they gave some feedbacks to me, like, okay, the guitar should be a bit louder, the solo should be louder, or, you know, it's too harsh, too boomy, too whatever. So we kind of, you know, bouncing back and forth. Oh, I'm hitting the mic. And we just came up with this final result. Also, I have a little YouTube channel, just a, you know, shameless self-promotion here, where I do kind of, you know, playthroughs on drums. I do some mixing tutorials where I show what actually I do. So if you are interested in that stuff, it's basically it's my name on the YouTube. I can leave it in the chat if you are guys interested. And yeah.
Let me just take this time to plug all three of the other members of the band. Bastion is my baby. It's my workhorse. This is my bread and butter. But as Akos just said, he does mixing and mastering on the side. He's incredibly knowledgeable. Not just metal, all genres he's interested in. Oscar's the same. He dabbles and does a lot of the production, a lot of the mixing and mastering. Again, most styles. Oscar also does photography.
Very well.
Very well, which is obviously what you've seen on the video and some of the press
The band pictures and stuff.
Exactly that. So there's that. And then not forgetting our lead guitarist, Mr. Rob Mack himself, is actually a guitar teacher by day. So if he can squeeze you in and you're interested in learning guitar, shoot Rob a message and I'm sure I'll be happy to try and squeeze you in where possible. Isn't that right, Rob?
Absolutely. I've got a couple of spaces open just now. So anyone who wants a bit of help, no bother.
If you want to fill Rob's slot, then, you know, give him a message.
I feel like I'm the only lazy bum here because I'm like, all of you guys are doing all this extra stuff and I'm just writing music.
Yeah, but we are out of job if you don't write the music, right?
That's
So
true, I suppose.
That's what I like about this band. Every single member of it brings so much into the fold. It's like, you know.
It's a unit. It's not a
exactly.
one-man band, which is.
And the thing is,
benefit.
we are so different. You know, the background musically and stuff. It melts into this kind of Frankenstein's monster. You know, it's a bit part of here, there. It's just the end result is kind of this. I think it's uniqueness. Of course, there are some elements from this band, that genre, this genre. But after all, it just feels like us.
Bastion.
Right?
Bastion Styles Monster or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Bastion Styles Monk. Oh, whatever.
have a little look at the links in the chat. We've got that all.
In there in case
All
you're
on there.
interested. Right. just right music, I suppose. I will be saying this for the last time. This is your final chance that if you haven't already commented in the chat, comment now before we play the last bonus song, or you will not be entered into the CD giveaway. Okay? Repeat. Final chance. So, this last song is actually a tribute to Lemmy. If you listen to it, a lot of the references in the lyrics of the song are all Motorhead related. It's all to do with the late great Lemmy Kilmister. It's just the way it had to be done. This was one of my brainchilds. Even Rob had nothing to do with this track. This song is an old one from me. So without further ado, this is Rebel Soul.
Just let me say this,
Go on.
because it's kind of a behind the curtain information. This song was kind of mixed by Mr. Kevin himself.
Yes.
So
Poorly mixed by me.
just a fun information.
Yes.
And exciting. I think this is going to be the first time I listen to this song. So
Really?
Really?
yeah,
Oh.
I don't think I've listened to this one yet.
Well,
There you
listen
go.
to the
So
lyrics.
it'll be a good one for all of us to listen to.
So Rebel Soul.
Here we go.
damage case they're done. His spirit lives on, a rebel soul of metal. The ace is in his hand once again. He was born to lose, born to raise hell. Too late, too late, too late to lose. Killed by death, God was never on his side. Raise a jack and go, slam a bomb aboard his His spirit lives on, a rebel soul of metal. The ace is in his hand once again. He was born to lose, born to raise hell. Too late, too late, too late to lose. Killed by death, God was never on his side. Raise a jack and go, still have a bomb aboard his
Potentially.
Sorry?
Well, live again. So, that is the album. That was Rebel Soul, my brainchild. And while we were on mute, Akos said something. He actually said that we should, as a band, learn this song because it's not a song that we've actually learned as a band yet. Again, it was my brainchild. It was all to do with how I was feeling when Lemmy died, and I caged it, and then I wrote this song. And again, it was that medley for Lemmy. But
It's a good song. I like it.
it's a good song. So I think we will actually maybe commit to learning that at some point and playing it for you live in the near future. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We have a lot that we're busy going through right now. Right. So, with that being said, this
Just the giveaway to do.
Is
Somebody's going to win a CD
yeah.
CD, imagine that.
back in the 90s.
Was there a question or was there not?
Not that I can see. No, I don't think so. I think we've covered.
Ah, tour.
Yes,
Yeah,
that one.
we were cracking jokes behind when we were on mute while the song was playing. Would we be willing to go on tour? Would we be happy to be one big happy family together? The answer is yes. We would love the opportunity to go on a tour, world tour, international tour, Europe tour, whatever. We are so down to go tour. I will say this: it really does require us and you guys, especially, to push the Last Bastion name far and wide. Sing it from the rooftops. Honestly, just the more our name is out there, the more chance that we get spotted, the more people that gets to see we, the bigger the following they get, the more chance there is for us to be wanted elsewhere. And that's how it works. Sadly, it's not a case of we can just pick up and play as much as we would love to.
Yeah.
I wish I was absolutely rich up the wazoo and didn't have to care and I could fund it all myself, but sadly, no. Looking at it as well, I'm going to say that poll's basically unanimous that you would like us to do a live concert, basically. I think it's a really, really good idea, giving it to our international audience who sadly, as I've just mentioned, we can't get on tour and come to see you.
Yeah, we've got the setup.
Exactly.
You know,
So
We can do it.
We can do that. At
also
some point.
means I can breathe between the songs and take my time to talk to you guys. So I'm not rushed off my feet after song after song after song. But yeah, so with that being said, there's two things. Oscar, do you want to do the honors of holding this up? I know people have been asking. We do have some merch on the way. These are some of the more old school merches. I'm wearing the green one. But we are planning on getting some prints potentially in the near future with some good artwork on. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It'll be on Bandcamp, and we'll promote it on our Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else. So we'll get that hopefully as soon as possible. With that being said, we are finally at our time to announce the winner of the second CD. So without further ado, a drum roll please. Who's the winner?
Who's gonna get it?
Rob Mack.
So
The winner is
Letitia. I'm sorry, I know that I'm saying that slightly wrong, but yeah, there you go.
So, Letitia, we will be in contact with you to get your address, and we will send you a signed copy of the album.
congrats.
Congratulations. I hope you have a CD player.
Yeah, Rob needs to get some sleep. It's like 4:30 in the morning where Rob is right now. So, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, obviously, this has been our first stream, and I'm really
And don't forget, you don't have to have a CD player. You can listen on Spotify as well.
yes, every streaming platform, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. It is out on all major streaming platforms. Or if worst comes to worst, like we say, you can buy the digital copy as well if you want to support us. Or you can buy a signed copy or a normal copy, depending on the situation.
Yeah, even if you don't have a CD player, please buy a copy. We really need the money. Please.
Okay.
I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
Should we do a little sign off and then finally these people will have peace?
Yes.
Won't be beamed into their eyes anymore.
Getting to see our lovely mugs on the stream. So, without further ado, we have been the Last Bastion. We've come to you from BastionHQ. Hopefully, the first of many streams coming up. I've been Kev.
Ákos.
I've been Oscar.
Rob.
Yay!
Yeah, he knows his name.
And we will catch you next time. Have a good night, guys.
See you in the future.